Hi, thanks for watching BibleMountain.com. In this video we're going to read from Exodus 25 and learn that God deserves better music. One of the big negatives of contemporary Christian music is the quality is bad. The lyrics are bad, oftentimes unbiblical. The melodies, harmonies, and rhythms are very basic. Sometimes they are bad. And the singers that sing these songs have poor tonal quality and their diction is terrible. In Exodus 25, we see the Israelites used quality when they built the tabernacle. And it was right for them to do that because God deserves quality. But that means we Christians living in the 21st century have to consider the possibility that God deserves much better quality music than he is getting from contemporary Christian music. So let's take a look at this. We'll read in Exodus 25. The context of this is God has the Israelites at Mount Sinai. He's giving them the Mosaic Law. These verses are part of a section where God is telling the Israelites to build a tabernacle for him. So let's start reading at verse 23. You shall make a table of acacia wood, 2 cubits long and 1 cubit wide and 1.5 cubits high. You shall overlay it with pure gold and make a gold border around it. You shall make for it a rim of a handbreadth around it, and you shall make a gold border for the rim around it. You shall make 4 gold rings for it, and put rings on the 4 corners, which are on the 4 feet. The rings shall be close to the rim as holders for the poles to carry the table. You shall make the poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold, so that with them the table may be carried. Notice the word table. This is a section that tells the Israelites to make a table. Notice the word gold appears 5 times. This table was supposed to be overlaid with gold, so they were told to use expensive materials to make this table. Verse 29. You shall make its dishes and its pans and its jars and its bowls with which to pour drink offerings. You shall make them of pure gold. You shall set the bread of the presence on the table before me at all times. So the dishes that went on the table were supposed to be of pure gold. We're also told here the purpose of this table. Notice the word bread. The Israelites were supposed to keep bread on this table at all times. Verse 31. Then you shall make a lampstand of pure gold. The lampstand and its base and its shaft are to be made of hammered work. Its cups, its bulbs, and its flowers shall be of one piece with it. 6 branches shall go out from its sides. 3 branches of the lampstand from its one side, and 3 branches of the lampstand from its other side. Here the Israelites were told to make a lampstand, and that was supposed to be made of pure gold. Again, very expensive materials. Notice the word hammered. There are a couple ways to make something like this. You could cast it, which means you take molten gold, pour it into a mold, and let it harden. But that's not what they were told to do in this case. The other way is to hammer it, where sometimes the term die struck is used. In this process, you start with a piece of gold and you hammer it until it's in the shape that you want the end piece to be. Now that process takes a lot more time and it takes a lot more skill, but you end up with a much higher quality piece. Notice the words one piece. Now when you're making something like a lampstand that has a base and a shaft and arms, there's a couple ways to do that. You could make each of those as a separate piece and then join them together. But again, that's not what God told them to do here. God told them to make the entire piece of one piece of gold. In other words, start with one piece of gold and shape it, cut it until you have a lampstand which has a base, a shaft, and the arms. And again, it takes a lot more time and skill to make it that way, but the end result is a much higher quality piece. Verse 33. 3 cups shall be shaped like almond blossoms in the one branch, a bulb and a flower, and 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms in the other branch, a bulb and a flower, so for 6 branches going out from the lampstand. And in the lampstand 4 cups shaped like almond blossoms, its bulbs and its flowers. A bulb shall be under the first pair of branches coming out of it, and a bulb under the second pair of branches coming out of it, and a bulb under the third pair of branches coming out of it, for the 6 branches coming out of the lampstand. Their bulbs and their branches shall be of one piece with it. All of it shall be one piece of hammered work of pure gold. Notice the words almond blossoms and a bulb and a flower. So they were told to put shapes in this lampstand that would look like almond blossoms. That's much more time consuming. It takes a lot more skill, but it's a much higher quality piece when you're finished with it. Here at the bottom, notice again it says all of it shall be one piece of hammered work of pure gold. They were told to use the more time-consuming and the more difficult manufacturing process, but they were told to do that because the end result would be of very high quality. Verse 37, Then you shall make its lamps 7 in number, and they shall mount its lamps so as to shed light on the space in front of it. Its snuffers and their trays shall be of pure gold. It shall be made from a talent of pure gold, with all these utensils. See that you make them after the pattern for them which was shown to you on the mountain. Notice they were also supposed to make snuffers and trays, and they were of pure gold. It took a lot of skill and a lot of time to make those utensils out of pure gold. Notice the word pattern. God did not merely tell Moses to do this. God showed Moses some patterns so that Moses would know what the end result was supposed to look like. One of the big negatives of contemporary Christian music is that the quality is low. The lyrics are bad, the melodies, harmonies, and rhythms are basic and sometimes very bad. The singers have poor tonal quality and their diction is bad. But in Exodus 25, we see the Israelites used quality to build the tabernacle. And it was right for them to do that because God deserves quality. But if God deserves quality, that also means that we Christians living in the 21st century have to consider that God deserves much better music than he is getting from contemporary Christian music. If you haven't already joined my email list, please do so. First of all, it is free. By signing up, you'll get immediate access to all my free content. It'll be delivered right to your email inbox. This is the best way to make sure you don't miss out on any of my free content. In order to sign up, go to BibleMountain.com, click on follow. There will be a place there to enter your email address. Once again, thank you for watching BibleMountain.com.